Hi everyone, the Dans are back. It's been a busy week at the legislature. We're here at the end of week 2, but already we've had quite a few late nights. We've always had early mornings, and things are really starting to ramp up. We're seeing a lot of debate over the rocket docket, and the marijuana bill has been introduced. Gun legislation is coming forward. There's tax changes on the horizon. It's really been a busy start to the session. So Dan, what are some of the important bills you were tracking this week?
Yeah, I mean, for a 60-day session, usually it's not this busy this early. So, we've been tracking the rocket docket. Both the Senate passed a lot of their bills, House passed a lot of bills, and these are bills that were based on bills that were vetoed by Governor Martinez in past years, and now they're bringing them back and trying to move them quickly. There's been a little bumps along the way, but most of those seem like they could be on the governor's desk by as early as next week, which would be rare to have 40 or 50 bills already headed to her. You were already covering a late night hearing last night on gun-related legislation that drew a lot of people here to the Roundhouse.
Right, so not everything is moving as fast as the rocket docket, as you can imagine, and one of the key points of conflict so far has been a variety of gun control measures that Democrats are pushing. They have an expanded majority in the House, they have a Democrat in the governor's office, so there's renewed hope on that side about pushing through some new firearms legislation. Last night, the legislation passed its first committee. It was its first real test, but it's moving forward. There are a variety of new proposals in this package of legislation dealing with expanded background checks, emergency orders to confiscate someone's guns if they are found to be an immediate threat. These bills ran into intense opposition from sheriffs from around New Mexico, from sportsmen, ranchers, and other gun owners. On the other side, there were high school students, physicians, and others who turned out to support the bills. But that'll be one of the key things that we're looking at going forward. But there is plenty more on the horizon. Looking ahead to next week, what will you be tracking next week, Dan?
Well, already the House and the Senate will also be debating some big changes to the tax code. That's one thing we'll be keeping an eye on. A lot of lobbyists are keeping a close eye on that as well. I think we're just kind of getting into the meat of the session here. Longtime Capitol observers will say that every session kind of has its own personality, and we're kind of still figuring out what kind of personality this session will have. It seems very busy, a lot of energy in the building, which keeps us busy and kind of running around trying to keep up with everything. There's also an abortion bill that's going to draw a lot of attention that'll be heard in the House committee tomorrow, so Dan McKay will be covering that one.
Right, so Democrats are looking to repeal a law that's on the books that criminalizes abortion in most circumstances. It cannot be enforced right now because of Roe v. Wade, but the sponsors of the bill fear that there could be a Supreme Court decision or something that changes the legal landscape for abortion, so they're trying to get this law off the New Mexico books. We're one of the few states that still has this. In any case, we want to thank you for following along. We appreciate anyone who supports local journalism, and we're happy to be bringing you the news still.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Keep track with us next week, and getting a little chilly out here, so we're going to go back in where the action's nice and warm.